Hello, this is our Korea vlog. It was the first time for all of us, and we had been talking about this trip since 2019. Once we landed at Incheon, we took the RX to Gimpo Airport for our flight to Jeju. Michelle, our chauffeur for Jeju. Misha.
No intro. Just
First full day in Jeju, we went to the Osuluk Tea Museum and the Innisfree Jeju House. There are gift shops, cafes, and tea plantations you could take pictures in. We got a dessert set that included various treats like matcha soft serve, Alfredos, and a Swiss roll. We also got a halabang bangbuchen. A halabang is a Jeju specialty. It's a citrus hybrid. It was one of the favorite flavors that I tried while I was there. We saw halabang all over the island. So the Innisfree Cafe was actually something that served like sets of food and cakes and everything. I ended up getting a halabang smoothie, one of my favorite drinks while there. While driving to lunch, we passed by these fields where tons of people were taking pictures. It cost about 3,000 won to get in, but it was absolutely gorgeous. was our first time trying ganjang-gaejang, raw marinated crab. It came in a set that had a lot of other side dishes like eggs, fried fish, shrimp, rice. So good. We ended up at a botanical garden that had various sections sorted by countries like France, Italy, and Japan. There was a nice greenhouse section as well that had different rooms showcasing plants in different types of climates. We went to a self-serve ice cream store that was across the street from our hotel. I'd seen this all over Instagram and I had to go for myself. You basically just pick whatever your ice cream you want and scan it and pay at the checkout counter. The next day, we went to go hike Seongsang Ilchobong, also known as Sunrise Peak. It's 182 meters high, and there's a ton of stairs. first we went to Bijourim Forest. It was a nice easy trail, well, through a forest. There were some notable trees that you'll see a little later on, one that's 813 years old and one that's known as the love tree because it resembles a man and a woman facing each other. After that, we went to Terra Rosa Cafe where we got coffees and some pastries and just sat back and enjoyed the ambiance. Dinner in Jeju, we got a sashimi set. It came with so much food, like probably way too much food, and the total cost was probably 150 USD max for 3 people. It was a great meal to end our Jeju portion of the trip on. The next day we flew to Seoul and went to our hotel in Yungtown where we checked out the surrounding area, went to the stream, and went to a market. In the evening, we went to go get some chicken and beer. I ended up getting a non-alcoholic beer and wasn't mad. On our first morning in Seoul, we went to Gyeongbokgung Palace to see the changing of the guards as well as explore the palace itself. We then made our way to the Bokchong Hanok village, and we also checked out Insadong and generally shopped and ate. So I totally got baited by Instagram Reels before we went to Korea, and I had to get my own pouch drink. It was good. It wasn't anything special. Honestly, it was probably a little bit too sweet, but I'm glad I still got to try it. We then went to the Hiker Museum, which is put on by the Korean government to showcase different aspects of Korea to tourists. Okay, so maybe about a quarter of our trip was inspired by Instagram Reels. We went to Yungtown, which has a ton of cute cafes, and of course I had to visit the cafe with the train tracks. I didn't actually try the food, I kind of just got the picture, but it was still cute. We spent a lot of time walking up and down the Yungtown stream, which is a roughly 7-mile stream that runs through Seoul. It was really pretty at night. I wanted to see the lights. We did more shopping and eating this day. After lunch, I probably spent about an hour in all of Young and shopped for a ton of skincare. Later on in the day, we went to Namsan Seoul Tower. You take an elevator up, and then there's another cable car you have to take up to the tower area. It was awesome seeing the nighttime skyline from the tower. There's gonna be a lot of elevator and cable car footage in the next few minutes. The next day we went to Gwangmyeong Cave, which was about an hour and a half away from where we were in Myeongdong. It's a cave turned tourist attraction with pretty lights, aquariums, and statues. It's a bit of a trek, but we definitely enjoyed our trip out there. There was a lot to see. We started out our day at the Coax Mall to check out the Starfield Library, which is this really nice library inside, and they had this nice exhibit going on. We did a lot of shopping here. So the Han River cruise was alright. It wasn't that expensive, and it was kind of cool to just kind of cruise along the Han River. But there are seagulls that you can feed as part of the cruise, and some of the families on the cruise with us were very excited to do that. There were so many birds. Seriously, look at this. We eventually moved downstairs because it was way too much for us. When in Korea, you get ramen on the Han River. You can buy some ramen from the convenience store and cook it right outside with these machines that pour boiling water and heat up your food. We also rented some blankets and a little table from a woman at a stall nearby so that we can enjoy our dinner on the river.
It's cold. It's cold.
Have hot drinks and had ramen. On our second to last day, we went to Latte World. Growing up, I remember seeing pictures and videos of this park, especially of the Atlantis Adventure. I always wanted to ride that as a kid, and I finally did. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of it, and they didn't have any water as part of the ride, but it was still fun. So Latte World's kind of split into an indoor and an outdoor section. It was really cute. I'm glad I finally got to go. So this ride was definitely inspired by Indiana Jones, but it was still pretty fun. After we went to Latte World, we went to K-Star Road, where essentially they have these bears that represent different K-pop groups. I came for one thing and one thing only, and that was the BTS bear, which you'll see at the end of this. I don't really have any footage of the last day because it was just shopping and eating and getting to the airport, but it was such a great trip and I can't wait until I go back to Korea for another one.